aflau vai do da ho nya pe mo o plento na nya be ma ko de mo te dujila ne wa awo mo na evelia nye chole aflau vado hula do ko wada ke de miasio eyata miano moko be ne nya be te dujia chola aflau do ho dakla tuo me de wa vado do fe factory alo company sike mi avio atampoto out.
Thank you very much. Abale na gweba na nyebo wadu jia. Kakara jia nyeba echeluga. Kaneba moha dodoga akwana bi. Yo mia aiji alamia ho Alhaji Ibrahim Musa ba oba apu muda yabo boso me o mia bi nakba.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Itu melakukan mereka menolak kata tidak pernah siapa macam siapa kata balik ke tuan tu boleh dia kata miau ikan ni nyapa miau mi beli apa ajidu dua ya kami asyik kok kami asyik macam siapa nak kami asyik dah apa pun yang dalam mau balik kami agar kami asyik mau na mau di mi wanonya nda cha na dia afia to aja gato magan nai na jama'a duka godiya ne Allah ubangiji ya kara ba da nasara tunda sarauta kai mun samu amin yau na musulmai na hannun mu ya shiga amin ba za mu bari ya fita hannun mu ba na kowa da kowa ne amma namu musulmai ne biyan ku ne yaran ku ne yayannin ku ne kuma dan wayen ku billana kuma surkannin ku ne me yasa da ku bare kubce bi izinin Allah ta'ala mu ci nasara kowa ya ce amin assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much Alhaji. Yo mia yiji alabe mia ho mpocho the president of Tagba Traditional Council Board Togbi Adogo Agbalepo Enelia ya ho kakbe.
Afima pour moi, alors ma craignanya, elle a vu la Chine. Maglo Afima pour moi. Il y a Akatsi Nova, Afia Gauma Deli. Alors, il y a Blogama Lafia, mon blonde de Afia Om. Parmi deux on a Alhaji Bawumia. Et you, Bawumia Domifia, Akatsi Nova, Afia, Oma Deli. Kaka, ayo mafia. Yejiba kokok pada mia dokyong. Alaba ngkoi daga mi de tobi ya tepeto. Ayi mia ble de fia ko. Ayi mia bagaba aba de jiji tonto aussi ta ne to fi ako Alhaji Bawumia na cancel no to bi ya te peto to with here a speech delivered on behalf of the traditional leaders from Akatsi North. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party for 2024 general election, Dr. Alhaji Bawumia, alias Towiga Nyatepeto. Ministers of State, the Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Achibaya Lecha, the famous regional chairman of the MPP, Honorable McCarthy Wanya, national executives of the NPP, the regional and constituency executives of the NPP, Tokyo, Mamao, the media, all other protocols duly observed. Today, we have the honor of welcoming Bawumia Bato, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and the 2024 presidential candidate for the new Patriotic Party. We acknowledge his dedication to public service and his unwavering commitment to the country's progress is evident in his tireless efforts to drive economic growth, improve governance, and enhance the overall well-being of Ghanaians. Talking at the leadership has significantly impacted Ghana's development, particularly through initiatives and as the free SHS policy, which has revolutionized education by providing millions of Ghana children with access to secondary education for free. Under his leadership, Ghana has witnessed significant strides in digitalization, public service, and enhancing efficiency. In our district, under the governance of the NPP, several impactful projects have been executed, including the provision of school bus for Akatsi Senior High School, completion of boys' dormitory, and ongoing assembly hall for the only secondary school. Others include the construction of the district magistrate courts complexes with the bungalows, the magnificent Agenda 111. Modern 20 blocks scattered across the district. Modern 20 blocks scattered across the district. Equipment for 3 projects. Ongoing TCE residency, among others. Despite this achievement, Your Excellency, our constituency still faces some challenges, including the absence of tar roads. The district cannot boast of single tar road, which makes movements of people, goods, and services extremely difficult, especially during the rainy season. Persistent youth unemployment, which has the potential to contribute to increase of crime rates despite government's efforts. Addressing these challenges will significantly improve the lives of our constituents and elevate the status of Akatsi North within the region. Your Excellency, we are grateful for your coming today and express our hope that the Supreme Being will keep protecting you and your team as we look forward to the possibility of your presidency. Envisioning our next meeting at Independence Square on January 7th. For your inauguration as the next president of the Republic. Thank you. Togo ya tebeto ya penyo kata nyuma ta naji ana nota mo kuntu mi antisi abana
abania wodem kode miapa next president jena togo ma yo ga ga ba maka ameka fiatena ko Ago. Abanya me kloro de boy. Abanya me kloro de boy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Abo hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Abanya me kloro de boy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you. Tobiba Chami, I have the singular honor to introduce to you the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Tobi Nyatabato Bato, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Bawumia.
Thank you very, very much. Togbe Adogo Agbalapo. I am a Togbe Mama, the priests, the imams, the Sarakenzogo. I'm so happy to be here today in Akatsi. You have made me so welcome. And I am most grateful to be for the honor done me. I will cherish it for the rest of my life. It's very, very, very important. So, if by the grace of God I am president, then now you know that you have someone at the Jubilee House who is part of you. Thank you very, very much. I am here in my capacity as the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 presidential elections. I am going around the country visiting every single constituency, all 276 constituencies, to make my case to be President of the Republic of Ghana. And today, by the grace of God, I'm in the Akatsi North constituency. Wherever I go, whatever constituency I go, I have this meeting, which I call the stakeholders meeting. The people who control and influence the constituency. The chiefs, the priests, the imams, and other influential stakeholders. I have this meeting so that I can listen to you and listen to your concerns, so that if by the grace of God I become president, I'll know what to do for you to address all your concerns. I have a belief that with God, everything is possible. With God, everything is possible. I have come a long way to be where I am today, standing in front of you. I have been a farm laborer before. I have been a cleaner before. I have been a taxi driver before. But today I'm standing in front of you as the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana by the grace of God. So I believe with God everything is possible, and God can use anybody to change a country. Anybody. Even in the Bible we know of the story of Cyrus and how God used Cyrus. So I believe that God can use someone from Wale Wale to change Ghana. When I decided to contest for the leadership of the New Patriotic Party, many people did not think it was possible for me to win, because historically the New Patriotic Party has never elected someone who was not a Khan to lead the party. Since '92, all our leaders have been Akans. And so many people thought that me standing, the party will not vote for me. But I had a belief that with God it is possible. And that if it is God who decides leaders, and so if God said, I will be the leader, that by the grace of God, I would be the leader. I wasn't intimidated. So I contested for the flag bearership of the MPP. And we were 10 of us, 10 contestants. And interestingly, 9 of us were Akan. 1 was from Wale Wale. And when we had the contest, by the grace of God, I had a percentage of 61%. 61%. This was the highest percentage of any MPP leader who contested for the first time. First time contestant, 61%. It showed that the whole party across all tribes, all religions came and supported me. Because nobody, not Eduboahin, not Kufuor, not Akufo-Addo, had that percentage for the first time. So the party came together, and I believe it was the work of God. And I said, God has made this possible for Dr. Bawumia to lead this party. I believe my governance philosophy is a governance philosophy of broad-based development and inclusive development. I care about the whole country and everybody in Ghana. I want to lead a government where every part of Ghana is a part of it, where development will go to everybody, where no region is excluded, no district is excluded, no tribe is excluded, no religion is excluded, where persons with disabilities are not excluded, where lepers are not excluded, where women are not excluded. I want to have a united Ghana where everybody is included. And that is the type of government I want to to run as a president of Ghana, God willing. If you look at what we have done as a government in the last 8 years, you will see elements of that broad-based development in what we have done. When we came into office, one of our major policy promises that we had made the people of Ghana was to introduce free senior high school education, because all the literature in economics and development has shown that the best way to uplift a country from poverty is to educate your population. And so it was very important for Ghana, for us, to introduce free senior high school education, because a lot of people were not going to senior high school because their parents could not afford it. And so when we mooted the idea of free SHS, we were being told that we're lying to Ghanaians. It was a 419 promise. It was not possible. But I was fully of the belief that it was possible. It is possible for us to do free SHS. So, thankfully, when we got into government, the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, called me and asked me, can we start free SHS this year? That is 2017. And I said, yes, Mr. President, it is possible. We can start free SHS in 2017. So you see that our first budget, March 2017, the first budget, we had free senior high school education in the budget, right from the beginning. And we have implemented free SHS for 8 years now. And with free SHS, 5.7 million children have gone to senior high school for free. That is very unprecedented. 5.7 million have gone for free. And what really gladdens my heart is that if you look at before, when we came into office in 2017, there were more boys than girls in senior high school. For every 100 boys, you had 68 girls. Once we opened the doors with free senior high school education, today the girls have gone past the boys in senior high school. For every 100 boys in senior high school today, you have 106 girls. So the girls, more girls, were being prevented because of school fees from going to school. So today, for those who live in Accra, the middle class, the chatter amongst the middle class now is that it is almost impossible to find a housemaid, because their parents have come to take them, to put them in school. So it is good for Ghana. And if with free SHS that we brought, there was a concern that if we expanded the opportunity and got more people to go to school, free SHS, the standards, the quality will fall. But that has not been the case. In fact, if you look at the WACSI examinations, in 2016, before we introduced free SHS, the pass rate was 45%. 45. But after free SHS in 2023, the pass rate had increased to 64%, from 45% to 64%. So there was a lot of good performance. But what you look at when you look at the whole of West Africa, you see that Ghana's performance amongst all the countries that write the West African Exams Council, you see Ghana's performance was very, very good. Amongst the top 3 students in the WACSI exams in 2023, top 3 students in West Africa, all the top 3 came from Ghana. All the 3 students came from Ghana. Today, we are doing something new in the senior high schools. You remember that in 2016, chalk was even a problem in senior high schools. But today, we are buying computer tablets for every single student in senior high school in Ghana. Every student is getting a computer tablet. All their textbooks will be on the tablets. They won't need to carry any textbooks anymore. All their textbooks will be on the tablets. We are the only country in the whole of Africa who is doing this. And we are not only buying the computer tablets for the students, we are also buying laptops for the teachers. All teachers, from kindergarten to senior high school teachers in Ghana, we are giving them one laptop. Every one laptop, one teacher, one laptop. So far, 98% of all the teachers from kindergarten to senior high school have received their laptops. Every 98% have already received their laptops. This has never happened before. And it's a major move for Ghana to even upgrade our education in the digital age. We have also reinstated, we've restored the teacher training allowances that were cancelled. Because these teacher training allowances, for those of us who come from poorer communities, we know the importance of these teacher training allowances. Because the students even use their allowances to look after their families, not just themselves. So when this was cancelled, we thought it was not a good idea. And we said we will restore it. And we've restored it. We've also restored the nursing training allowances, which were cancelled. Today, we've also introduced something new in Ghana because we feel that the world of tomorrow is a world of skills. The youth, if they are to get work to do, must have skills. And so we believed that we must give our youth access to technical and vocational education. So we have made technical and vocational education free, just like we have made senior high school free. So our students who want to learn electricals, want to learn, plumbing, all the skills, mechanics, they can go and learn for free. And we have invested the most of any government in the history of this country in technical and vocational education. We have spent in the last 7 years 6 billion Ghana cedis on technical and vocational education. We have equipped all the 34 NVTIs, vocational and technical institutes. We've equipped them with state-of-the-art equipment, and we are building 32 new vocational and technical institutions in Ghana. So it's a major investment that we are undertaking. Today, we have also brought STEM education into Ghana. Beyond education, we have also brought in the National Ambulance Service that had almost collapsed. We have revived it. When we came into office, Ghana had 37 ambulances, the whole of Ghana. We have 260 districts with 37 ambulances, 37. So I came up with the idea that we should have one constituency, one ambulance, so that we can address this issue. Because if you don't have that sort of policy, then many districts and constituencies will not have ambulances. So we put it as a matter of policy to buy ambulances for every district. And so we bought ambulances, and the Ghana Ambulance Service now has 307 ambulances in the fleet instead of 37. Today, we have also revived the National Health Insurance. Before it was collapsing, we were going into cash and carry. Today, we are covering childhood cancer under National Health Insurance for free. Children with cancer are looked at for free. Today we are covering sickle cell disease. Sickle cell sufferers are getting a very expensive drug called hydroxyurea. They are getting it for free under National Health Insurance. Today, dialysis for kidney patients is now also free under National Health Insurance for the over 60 and under 80. So we have done that. Today, we have brought drones to deliver medicines, blood, and vaccines. This is first world technology. Drones, artificial intelligence technology, unmanned drones to bring medicines when in need, emergencies across hospitals in Ghana. I had a personal experience that resulted in the drones coming to Ghana. My father was operated upon in Tamale in 2002, Tamale Teaching Hospital. I was at the hospital and we were waiting for him to come out of the theater. That evening, the doctors came out of the theater and said we needed blood. We needed blood urgently. So, because my father was losing blood, we rushed to the blood bank. It was locked. We were trying to find the person who was responsible for it. We tried phone numbers, we went around Tamale trying to look for him that night. We couldn't find him. By the morning, my father had passed away. We didn't get it. So when we came into office in 2018, I read about a company in America called Zipline that had brought a technology, and that technology allows them to deliver medicines, blood, vaccines, and other things to remote parts of different parts of the country. And then when I read that, I said, wow, this technology can really help us in Ghana. If this technology was in Ghana, the drones would have delivered the blood for my father and he would have still been alive. So I took a team and we went to San Francisco to meet this company called Zipline. And we made a case and I said, look, we need you in Ghana. We want you to come and set up in Ghana because so many lives are being lost. You go to the farm and a snake has bitten you and you need anti-snake serum urgently. The drone can get there and give it to that hospital in 20 minutes. But if you don't have that option, you will die. So we made the case when we went to San Francisco. Even at that time, when we went, they had not started using drones in the United States of America to deliver. But we made the case that they should come to Ghana. So they've come to Ghana and we've set up 6 drone distribution centers in Ghana. And you've seen the drones that are delivering. They are delivering to 2,700 hospitals and health facilities, CHIPS compounds and so on in Ghana every day. Every day. And they are saving lives. They are saving lives every day. It's a daily matter. Every day, each of the centers flies an average of about 100 drone flights from each of the centers. But what is also interesting is that even though we went to America to bring the technology, Ghana is now, the whole world, Ghana is now the leading medical drones delivery service in the whole world. The whole world, we are now leading. Recently, the United States Vice President Kamala Harris congratulated Ghana that Ghana has taken the lead and they are about to start medical drone delivery in the United States of America, and the UK is also thinking about using drones. But Ghana is already taking the lead in this area and we are saving lives for our people every day. Now we have also moved on. When we came in, Many hospitals we're hearing a lot of complaints. You go to a hospital and they tell you that your folder is missing. I'm sure you are aware of this phenomenon, that your folder is missing. Your folder is missing. So we're hearing a lot about this. So we said, okay, let us digitalize everybody's medical records. Let's put it all in the computer so that it's no longer in a folder, so that it cannot get missing. So we took this project. So far, we have completed all the teaching hospitals. We've digitalized everybody's records at the teaching hospitals. We've completed all the regional hospitals. We have done that for everybody. We've completed all the district hospitals. Everybody's medical records have been digitalized. Next year, we'll finish with polyclinics and CHIPS compounds. And so today, if they refer you from one district hospital or regional hospital to a teaching hospital, you don't need to go with a folder. All you need is your ID number. If the doctors in Kolebu or Komfo-Anokye or Ho get that ID number and put it in the system, all your medical records will appear to the doctor. Ghana is the only country in Africa where we are able to do this. In addition to this, we have also introduced Agenda 111. Agenda 111, the idea came to me when we had COVID. And when we had COVID, it was clear that we didn't have enough hospitals in the country to deal with this pandemic. So after the COVID pandemic, I went to the president and said to him, we need to build regional district hospitals in districts that don't have hospitals. And so we looked at how many districts did not have hospitals. We said it was around 102, but then we also needed hospitals for the new regions, which did not have regional hospitals, and then we needed 3 psychiatric hospitals. So in total, we had 111 hospitals to build, and that's why the name is Agenda 111. And we are building all simultaneously. So we are going to solve a problem that we have had since independence. We are now going to solve it. Most of the hospitals are above 70 to 80% complete. In fact, I think Akatsi is one of the furthest along in the country, and hopefully we are going to commission Akatsi Agenda 111 soon. Well, when we finish, every district will have a hospital, and not just a hospital, a state-of-the-art hospital. You will see, I'm sure you visited the hospitals. These are just state-of-the-art hospitals that we are bringing to every district in this country. And we are going to be able to employ an additional 70,000 health personnel in these 111 hospitals. So it is going to create jobs for our people. It will create jobs for our people. In addition to this, we have been digitalizing the economy in various ways. The Ghana card has been very key in the whole digitalization agenda. When we started it, many people didn't quite appreciate the digitalization agenda. There are 3 things that for us were the most critical. First was the Ghana card. And that means we have issued the Ghana card, which is the digital identity for all Ghanaians. So we now have, for the first time in our history, a national identity database. So if you are governing a country, you must know who is in the country. You must know who you are dealing with. So the national ID, the Ghana card, which is a digital identity, has been issued for the first time in our history. And this Ghana card gives you unique identity. Nobody can take this ID because biometrics, your iris and your fingerprints are all captured by the Ghana card. And the Ghana card is linked to your SIM, your phone, it's linked to your bank account, it is your tax identification number, it is your SNIT number, it is your NHIA number, it's linked to your driver's license, it's linked to your passport. It's everything. You cannot hide from the system. The system, the Ghana card is very unique for everybody. So because of the fact that you cannot hide in the system with the presence of the Ghana card today, if you are a student and you need a student loan, we no longer require you to go and bring a guarantor to get the loan. The Ghana card is sufficient to give you the loan. Today, we are using the Ghana card to fight corruption. One of the biggest problems we've had in our country is the problem of ghost workers. Ghost workers are a big problem for us. So when we issued the Ghana card, we had this idea, and I said, look, let's use the Ghana card to catch the ghosts. Because the one problem ghosts have is that they don't have fingerprints. Ghosts do not have fingerprints. So we said if we match the Ghana card with every worker, we will know who are the ghosts or who are not the ghosts. We went to SNIT, that's where we started. SNIT pension database, when we matched every pensioner with their Ghana card, we found 29,000 ghost pensioners. 29,000. We saved SNIT 400 million Ghana cedis. Just one institution. We took it to national service, we found 44,000 ghost service personnel. 44,000. We saved national service 300 million plus. We have wiped out all the ghost workers in Controller and Accountant General database. Today, we can proudly say that thanks to the Ghana card, Ghana does not have ghost workers on its public sector payroll anymore. We've wiped them out. We have also taken the Ghana card international. We have registered the Ghana card at the International Civil Aviation Organization in Canada. The headquarters is in Montreal. And the Ghana card has been registered there and has gone through all their rigorous requirements, and it has passed. And so today, the Ghana card is recognizable in 44,000 airports and border points across the world. 44,000. And so today, why we have done this is that if for any reason you go abroad, whether you are in America or China or Saudi Arabia or UK, Germany, Australia, Japan, anywhere abroad, if for any reason your passport gets missing, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. We are the only country in Africa where you can do this, because we have gone through the whole process of registering our digital identity at the International Civil Aviation Organization. I'd like to let you know that digital identity like the Ghana card is fairly new in the world. The United States doesn't have it. Canada doesn't have it. The UK doesn't have it. In fact, only a few months ago, former Prime Minister Tony Blair was telling the United Kingdom that they should issue the equivalent of the Ghana card to their citizens. Otherwise, they will be left behind. So, we are at the forefront of this technology. We also realize that the many Ghana, when we came in, did not have a comprehensive address system. There are many places, especially in the neighborhoods and villages and so on, that were not very developed. Many places without addresses. And an address system is very important for any economy. So we decided that we will use a digital property address system and leverage on GPS technology to give every house in Ghana, every property, a digital address. At the time I made that suggestion, many people thought it was not possible because no country in Africa had done that. But I thought it was possible for us to do a digital property address system. And we have now done, every property in Ghana has a digital address. And that is very important. I was telling someone the other day that if you go to the America today, USA, Canada, Germany, UK, if you collapse their address system, those economies will collapse because you cannot function without addresses. So we have solved the problem of an address system. The third major problem that we wanted to solve was the problem of financial inclusion, because many Ghanaians did not have a bank account. 70% of Ghanaians did not have a bank account. But you can't really develop without people being included in the financial system. So what many Ghanaians had was a mobile money account. That was what the majority of Ghanaians had. But the mobile money account was limited because if you recall, if you had MTN, you couldn't send money to somebody with Vodafone or somebody with Airtel Tigo. You couldn't move money from a Momo account to a bank account or from a bank account to a Momo account. So the idea that I came up with was, how do we make the Momo account function like a bank account? How do you make the mobile money account function? If most of our people have Momo accounts, how do we make that Momo account function like a bank account? That is where we came up with the idea of mobile money interoperability. Mobile money interoperability simply means that let's put all the banks and all the telecom companies on one common platform so that you can move money from a bank account to a Momo account to another Momo account to a bank account, and it can be done seamlessly on one platform. When I suggested this idea, many people said it could not be done. No country in Africa had done it. Not even in the United States do they have mobile money interoperability. But I believed it was possible, and we went ahead and we have done it. We are the first country to do it in Africa, and you can move money now from MTN to Telecel to Airtel Tigo to your bank account, and from a bank account to a Momo account seamlessly. And today, because we have done that, you can stay at home and renew your national health insurance on your mobile phone. You don't have to go anywhere. You just use your Momo and renew it. You can buy electricity on your mobile phone and all of that. So what we are doing in Ghana is very, very revolutionary in a way, and we are ahead of many, many countries in doing this. And this is why I keep saying it is possible. Now, as we are going for this election, I'm asking for your support, because my boss, Nana Akufo-Addo's term has come to an end, and he will step down in January. And I want your support so that we can continue with the work that we have started. I don't want us to go backwards, and I want you to help me. I have many ideas that I want to bring to the table as president to help us transform Ghana. One of the ideas that I'm bringing, by the grace of God, is something that pertains in the advanced countries, that does not pertain in Ghana at the moment. If you look at the advanced countries, they have something that makes life easier in those countries than in Ghana and Africa. What they have, which makes life easier for them, is what is known as the credit system. The credit system is what makes life easier. Why people are always wanting to run to those places, because they have a credit system. Because if you're a teacher, you're a farmer, you are a nurse or whatever, and you want to buy a TV, you want to buy a fridge, you want to buy furniture, you want to buy a car. When you are abroad, because they have a credit system, you don't need to have cash to go and buy it. You don't need to have cash to buy it. Once someone finishes school and they get a job, and they want a car, they'll go and put a small deposit, and then they will pay small. 5 years, they finish paying. They want a TV, they'll pick the TV up and pay small. 3 years, they finish paying. They want a house, they go and put a deposit and pay small. 30 years, they finish paying for the house. So life over there, because of the credit system, is much easier for workers than it is for us. For us, because we don't have a credit system working, everything people buy is for cash. You want to buy a car, you have to look for the cash to go and pay for it. You buy a house, you build it all by cash, yourself. So our system is harder. So I've been studying for a long time how we can bring the credit system that pertains in the developed countries to Ghana. In fact, I wrote a book which I discussed this issue 14 years ago. That I wrote a book on where Ghana should be going. And the credit system was one of the issues I raised in this book. If you look at the advanced countries, they have 3 key pillars of the credit system. 3 key things that makes the credit system function in the advanced countries. The first pillar is that everybody has a unique identity. You either have an identity card or an identity number. Everybody has, because if you are going to give somebody credit, you must know the person. It mustn't be able to disappear. You must know the person. So everybody has a unique identity. Second pillar is that everybody has an address, a home address. So if I give you a TV to pay small, and you stop paying, I can come to your house and pick up my TV. So everybody has an address. The third pillar is that everybody has a bank account, because that is the way you pay for the credit that has been given to you. So these are the 3 pillars. So this is part of the rationale for when we came into office. We felt that these pillars must also be in place in Ghana for us to be able to move. So we've done the identity system, the Ghana card. Now everybody has a Ghana card. Second, the digital address system. Every house, in villages, towns, wherever, every house, even if it's a kiosk, in the ring, you have a digital address for the kiosk. So that has also been done. The third thing is the bank account. And as I said, today in Ghana, every Momo account is effectively a bank account. In fact, today most people don't even go to banks. They do all their transactions on Momo, because you can effectively function on your Momo account. So the third issue of making sure everybody has a bank account has been resolved in Ghana. In fact, Ghana is the only country in Africa that has 100% access to financial inclusion. The only country in Africa, because we did mobile money interoperability. If you want a Momo account today, you will get it. If you don't want that, you won't get it. But anybody who wants one can get it, and it functions like a bank account. So the 3 things that are critical for the working of a credit system, we have put them in place. When we were doing it, many people couldn't understand where we're going. They say, Bawumia is focusing on digitalization, but not on the economy. But if you are putting a credit system together, then that is the economy. So today, by the grace of God, we have the 3 elements in place. For the last 2 years, we have been putting together all the modalities for coming up and starting the credit system in Ghana. Everybody under the new credit system that is coming, everybody will have a credit score. As long as you have a Ghana card, you will have a credit score. And if your credit score is good, you easily get credit. And you buy your car. If you're a tailor, you can buy your tailoring machines and all of that. And you will be able to have life a bit much easier. So everybody will have a credit score. From where we are, I thought that next year we will finish the work and launch Ghana's credit scoring system next year. By the grace of God, we have finished the work now. We have completed the work on Ghana's credit scoring system. And on November 7th, in a few weeks' time, I will be launching Ghana's credit scoring system. A few countries in Africa have the credit scoring system, but the one country that really where it works, I mean other countries like Mauritius and Egypt, it's not really very functional. But the one country where the credit scoring system really functions is South Africa. And Ghana will be the second one after South Africa with a fully functioning credit scoring system. So we will launch that on November 7th and begin this whole process of Ghana moving from a cash system to a credit system. It will make life much easier for our people. The second major policy that I want to focus on as a president is agriculture. Agriculture and how do we help our farmers? Most Ghanaians are farmers. Over 60% of our people are engaged in farming. So if you want to develop any economy and you don't develop agriculture in our circumstances, you will not be successful. So we are going to focus, because we are importing basics like tomatoes, importing maize, importing rice, importing onions. But we have land and we have water and it doesn't make sense. So we are going to have to really support farmers and enhance our support on the agricultural sector. I'm going to focus on technology, focus on providing financing, and also providing equipment to our farmers. Today, we have provided equipment under the DRIP program to every district to do roads. What I'm going to do is provide equipment to every district under the district agri-mechanization centers. Every district will have a set of agricultural equipment, tractors, combine harvesters, planters, and so on, so that the farmers can have access to all the farming. So we are going to boost agriculture. The second policy I'm bringing is a policy to bring down the cost of electricity. When you look at electricity prices today, they are high. And it's very, very problematic for many families and businesses. They are high because we import oil and gas to generate electricity. And the world prices for oil and gas are quite high. And so I want Ghana to take a bold decision, and I'm going to take that bold decision next year by the grace of God. I want Ghana to move away from a dependence on oil and gas to move for solar power. I want us to focus on solar power to generate electricity. God has given us the sun for free. We don't have to import the sun. It's coming every morning you wake up, it's with us. We don't have to pay for it. And we are going to harness 2,000 megawatts to start with for solar power. And when we put it in, we'll bring down electricity bills by 50%. 50% reduction in electricity bills. We also want to help the traders. We want to help the traders, and the traders and the women traders, should I say, under the Women's Trade Empowerment Fund. We want to provide soft loans to women to expand their businesses. But we know that most of our women work in the informal sector. That is why we are not asking them to go to a bank for the loan. Because most of them, if you are frying yam or whatever and you want to expand your business, if I tell you to go to the bank for a loan, the bank will not give it to you. But the Women's Trade Empowerment Fund, the processes are going to be easy. The one thing they will require from you to give you a loan is your Ghana card. That's it. That is the main requirement to obtain a loan under the Women's Trade Empowerment Fund. So we're going to help the women to expand their businesses and so on. We are also bringing in a new policy that will help our importers. Because if you are looking at the import duty regime at our ports, it can be very complicated. So we are bringing in a flat tax regime so that if you're bringing in a container of spare parts, you know exactly what the tax is in cities. If it's 20,000 for a 20-foot container, it's 20,000. Whenever it arrives, it's 20,000. There are no adjustments at any point. It's just 20,000, if that it is. So it's a flat rate in cities for goods that we are importing into the country. And also, because our neighbor is Togo, to discourage smuggling, we are bringing a new policy that says Ghana's import duties cannot be higher than Togo's import duties, so that we all make sure that we discourage the smuggling. So ours will be lower or the same, so we will not be higher, and so that is what we are going to do. So we are also bringing in a new policy regarding the chiefs, the chieftaincy institution. My good friend Kofi Jamesi was chairing my manifesto policy committee on this issue of chieftaincy. And if you look at our history, since independence, we have also sidelined the chiefs in the governance of this country. But the chiefs have so much experience, hundreds of years, in thousands in some cases, of experience, that institution. And we believe we should bring the chiefs back into the governance of this country. I'm proposing an amendment of Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act to give more powers to the chiefs in the governance of this country. There are many cases that can be resolved at the palaces, but they go to court today. They don't come to the palaces. And it can also bring indiscipline in our communities. But if we empower the chiefs, we'll bring discipline in our communities. And today, you see that we also want to make sure we resource the palaces. Today, we are only paying paramount chiefs, and it's a meager amount, it's not much. But I want us to pay living allowances, not only to paramount chiefs, but to queen mothers and divisional chiefs as well, so that we uplift the chieftaincy institution. So queen mothers, divisional chiefs, and paramount chiefs, and that is what we are proposing to do, so that we uplift the chieftaincy institution and resource it to support us in the governance architecture of this country. I also want to support the churches and the Islamic institutions, because if you look at the work the churches do in Ghana, the Islamic institutions do, they are our #1 development partner. Look at the schools they build, the churches. Look at the hospitals the churches and the Islamic institutions build in this country. There are so many, but government doesn't support them. All the work the churches are doing, they do it through donations. And the Islamic institutions, fi sabilillah. That's how they build their schools and so on. But when the foreigners come, we say development partners. When they come to build a hospital or a school and you bring equipment, we'll say you are a development partner, so you don't pay import duty. It comes in for free. If it's an Islamic institution or a church bringing in that equipment, you have to go and pay import duty. Isn't it? I'm changing the classification. I'm going to classify all the churches, all the Islamic institutions as development partners who will be entitled to the incentives we are giving to the external development partners. They will also be entitled. And I believe that if we give them that incentive, they will even get more support to do more for our country. And that is where we are going. Tebeo Mamo, you have also heard about this issue in Ghana called LGBTQ+, where men are supposed to be able to marry men and women are supposed to be able to marry women. Under a Bawumia presidency, that practice will never come on in Ghana. We will never allow it. Not today, not tomorrow. We will never agree to it. Bamuyada. We will never agree to it. It is not in the Bible. It is not in the Quran. It is not in our tradition. It's not in our culture. It's not in our values. So no matter the cost, we will stand firm and not agree to any such practices in our country. I want to bring in policies that uplift the nation. So for persons with disabilities, for example, we are going to make it possible under our new policy for all persons with disability to go for tertiary education, universities, training colleges, and so on for free under our government. All persons with disability will go for free. And we will have a quota. We will have a quota for employment. All government recruitment, a percentage will be reserved for persons with disabilities so that we can integrate them fully. Most of them may be infirm, but intellectually they are highly capable, and we have to make use of all their capabilities. I'm going to make it easy for everybody who wants to acquire a passport to acquire a passport without any long talk. If I look at the passport application form that we have, you see that all the information that you are asked to fill on the passport application form, all of it is on the Ghana card. All the pieces of information that we are being asked for a passport, your father's name, mother's name, date of birth, this, all of it is on the Ghana card. So from next year, by the grace of God, if you have a Ghana card and you want a passport, you will not need to fill any form again. There is no need to fill any form. We have all the information, so there is no need to collect it again. It's all on your Ghana card. So if you want a passport, you just pay the fee for the passport and we will print the passport for you. It's that simple, and that is what is going to happen. When we go to the driver's license, I'm also bringing in an amendment. Right now, Ghana's driver's license is valid for 6 years. But every 2 years, you have to go to DVLA to renew it. Every 2 years, you have to renew it. I'm changing that particular policy. The driver's license will now be valid for 10 years, and you renew it every 5 years. Every 5 years, you renew it, and it will now be valid for 5. So we are going to do many things. The key policies in terms of, for me, is job creation. We need jobs for our youth. And I'm bringing in two major policies for the youth and for the country. One is that I'm bringing in a policy we call the Buy Ghana First policy. Buy Ghana First. Why this? Because at the moment, if we want jobs in Ghana, we have to produce goods in Ghana. If we want jobs in Ghana and we go and we import everything, then you can't create the jobs in Ghana. The other day I visited the Volta textile plant in Joapon. Volta Star textile factory in Joapon. And they are collapsing. Why? Because The uniforms and so on that they used to make for the schools, they are not getting them because people are rather importing from China and other countries. So then the workers are out of a job. But if you bring in a Buy Ghana First policy, then by law, nobody, no government institution can go and import if the good can be made in Ghana. If you can make it in Ghana, if the uniforms, we have tailors, we have whatever can be gotten from Ghana, we will have to buy Ghana first. And that will bring more jobs for our youth as we go forward. We are also the world is going digital. So globally, there are a lot of jobs across the world, but you need digital skills to do it. So I'm going to train 1 million youth in digital skills. Even school dropouts, we can give them training. As long as they can read and write, we can train them in digital skills. And they can sit in Akatsi North and be working in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, right from here because they have digital skills. So, of the million youth, at least 5,000 youth will come from Akatsi North to be trained in digital skills. At least 5,000 youth, we will train them in digital skills. And that will help us to go. Our nurses and our doctors, during President Kufuor's time, we had a car import duty waiver for nurses and doctors. It was cancelled. I'm bringing it back for nurses and doctors so that they will have that access to the car import duty waiver. As I bring my remarks to a close, I just want you to know that if this election is a straightforward competition between Dr. Bawumia and the former president. The former president has been president before. So he can only be president for 4 years, and then he's gone. Dr. Bawumia has not been president before. So I can be president for 8 years, which means that if we vote for the former president, you won't see him back here in Akatsi North to account for what he has done. It's bye-bye, he's gone. It's bye-bye, he's gone. But if you vote for Dr. Bawumia, in 4 years' time, I'll be back here to account for what I have done. As Togmi has said, the roads are a big problem. We don't have tarred roads. So when I come back in 4 years' time, I have to show the tarred roads I have done for this constituency. I have to show it. Employment of the youth, I have to show what I have done. So because I have to give account, I will work very hard so that when I come, you say, well done, continue the job, and continue the job, and continue. And that will be it. But I believe that all of you have observed my work as vice president in the last 8 years. Most people who have commented have said that I've been the most effective vice president in Ghana's history. If that is the case, it means that I have passed the vice president class exam. So when you pass an exam in one class, you are promoted to the next class. So promote me to go and become the president. Give me the promotion. Give me the steer of the vehicle and let me drive it to the next destination. Give me the steer and let me drive it to the next destination. But what is also clear is that if you vote for Dr. Bawumia, you are going to get a brand new tier robber president. Brand new tier robber president. You have a new vision, new ideas, new solutions, bold solutions. But if we bring back the former president, then you'll be getting a second-hand president. So brand new or second-hand, which one do we want? Brand new or second-hand? Let's go for brand new. Let's vote for Dr. Bawumia and let's vote for Simon Owusu.
Dr. Bawumia and Simon. We are number one. We are number one. We are number one on the ballot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yo, anya ko nyebe flabera ko pro nyebe iba ibe ko bo be na kle de nyawa nyeze akle de mu ka wi ba nyata ko onkunyo apo miadu na na mai